La Cerámica, the site of match day 36 for a game between Villarreal and Leganes. And for these two teams, the objective very different. Villarreal looking to confirm their spot in the Champions League, or at least get one step closer to that. Leganes trying to get out of the relegation zone. We'll set the scene for you as this game progressed. Villarreal and Leganes started hot. Both sides in the first 20 minutes were open and flowing. Villarreal started the game 3 points clear of Betis, who played the day after they did. Leganes starting 1 point back of the drop zone entering this game. It would not go Leganes' way, though, on this day. And even though their first 20 minutes were something to be proud of, they couldn't find the goal to see them one step closer to salvation. Borja Jimenez's team grew frustrated throughout the course of this game. The early chances included one for Alex Baena, who spun and found a corner after the shot was blocked. And that was Leganes just trying to stick to their defensive principles in the early stages of this game, which they managed to do quite nicely. The ensuing corner resulted in Jeremy Pino sending one back across into the other direction, and from the sunlight, Dani Parejo could only nestle it into the arms of Marko Dimitrovic. Later on in the first half, it was Nicola Pepe who tried to wiggle around Yan Diomande, which he was able to do. And on the cutback, Dani Parejo's shot sprayed just wide. He was asking for a corner afterwards as well. This was where Villarreal started to turn into a more dangerous side, especially as they gained positioning in the box and then found those cutback passes. There was a chance for Renato Tapia. Try and hit the target, but hitting the target was something that evaded Leganes on this day. A chance for Seydouba Cissé, knowing just how close he was. Had Luis Jr. slightly worried. It was all set up by the 18-year-old Yan Diomande, who once again was probably Leganes' best player on the pitch. Punch from Dimitrovic and then a catch eliminated another corner threat. And you could tell that the momentum was swinging in a direction that was going to favor a goal from somebody. Didn't stop Leganes from coming forward and trying to create. Dani Raba managed to cut it back and put his shot on target. Luis Jr. at his near post with a punch. Save that you would expect him to make. And then Cissé set up Neyu. You see all of the action from Leganes in the first 20 minutes. I mean, we're not even to the quarter-hour mark yet. And this is all that they were able to do in that time. The hope was that they could do this for 90 minutes. That didn't turn out to be the case. And as soon as they relinquished the 0-0 scoreline, the game went downhill. The first goal came from Ayose Perez. It was a deflected shot from Alfonso Pedraza, who ends up getting credit for the assist. In fact, the public address thought that it was Pedraza, and rightfully so. He took the shot, but you can see the little flick from Perez is the difference. His 17th of the season. Second assist, as it turns out, for Pedraza. And when you're scoring goals the way Ayose is, this is what ends up happening. You just get in the way of a ball and it winds up becoming your goal. No problem. You'll take them however you can get them. Public address announcer eventually made up for the mistake as well. And then Ayose came back 8 minutes later and did it again. A brace for him in the first 30 minutes, and Villarreal jumped from a 1-0 lead and doubled it. 18th of the year for Ayose. Yeremy Pino supplies his 6th assist of the season, and at this point, Leganes seemed done and buried. It's a nice curling run from Ayose to stay onside. He beats Adri Altimira, and then he beats Dimitrovic. Two simple goals from Ayose to give Villarreal the lead, a lead that they were never in danger of relinquishing once they had it. That's why they've been one of the best teams in La Liga this season. A firm grip on 5th place, and at this point they were asking for more, and they were wondering if it would come here. They really started to sizzle after scoring 2 goals and Leganes leaving themselves further and further exposed. And Pino for Baena, who slipped it across towards the back post, and there was nobody on the other end of the rainbow. You can just see the tilt in the game after those goals went in, and the shift in what it looked like, especially from Leganes' perspective. It just became a lot more difficult for them to come up with anything positive. Nicolas Pepe hit the turf and wanted a penalty. He wasn't going to be given that penalty on this occasion, but he would have his say in proceedings as well. First, Diamande did have a penalty claim on Pepe. There was a slight bit of contact here. Not enough, though, to warrant anything extraordinary. And then the third goal came, and it was Baena's through ball, one touch from Pepe, and he realized Dimitrovic was well out of his post. He decided to take a shot from deep. Nicolas Pepe scores his 3rd goal of the season for Villarreal. Outside of the boot from Baena. That's assist number 9 for him this year. And Dimitrovic was in no man's land. He wanted to come out for this, and by that time he was just too far out of position. It still had to be a confident finish from the left foot of Pepe. Curls it in confidently to make it 3-0, which was the ultimate final result here. Ayose Perez, instead of looking for his hat trick, did the unselfish thing at the start of the second half, and he found Yeremy Pino, who was denied by the arm of Dimitrovic. This is probably the most exciting portion of the second half. We played 45 minutes, and there really wasn't much to speak of. The game was already decided. Leganes did not have any way back into the game. Villarreal were just cruising to the 3 points. And still, despite the fact that Leganes were already going to lose this game, went down 3-0, it somehow got worse for them, because concurrently, while they were suffering defeat at La Ceramica, their closest relegation rivals in the nearest spot of safety, Alaves, were awarded a penalty, put it home, and went up 1-0 against Valencia. That result is one that might potentially doom the rest of their season, because with this loss and Alaves's 1-0 win, it turns out to be a 4-point difference at the bottom of the table between safety and relegation, and that's with only 2 games left to play. Now, Leganes' last 2 games are against Las Palmas and Valladolid, but they know that they have to win both of those games to have any chance at survival, which means Sunday's match day 37 could be one that officially sends them back to La Liga high promotion after just one season in the top flight. A couple of late changes for Villarreal. Saw Pepe come off the pitch. Tejan Buchanan, Etta Young, both making entrances late in the game. And Jose earning a very deserved man of the match honor after his brace to get to 18 goals this season. Munir was stepped on by accident after this late fourth clearance. He would stay down. There was no VAR intervention, no penalty, nothing of the sort. Munir was well enough to be able to put this shot on target, forcing Luis Jr. to make the save that would keep his clean sheet intact. And Diamande never gave up hope as one of the best players for Leganes on this day. They're going to need him in the final two games as well. It just wasn't meant to be at La Cerámica for them. With only 2 games to go, that is the expression that says it all. Borja Jimenez's team are in a world of hurt. They lose this one at La Cerámica by a count of 3-0. 2 goals from Ayose and a goal from Pepe. Villarreal 1 step closer to the Champions League.